Cerberus Gridiron Podcast. And now your hosts, Christian and Kris, powered by Cerberus Fantasy Sports.
Oh, fight.
Let's go. Welcome to the Cerberus Gridiron Podcast. I am your host, Christian _CFS. And here is your co-host, Mr. K Camp. How you doing, Mr. K Camp?
I am doing well. What up, my good people? Shalom, my Kim, to my good people, and shalom, my Kim, to my bad. May you learn to become good, because we need what? We need good people in this world. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Man, not much, man. Doing good. Just relaxing, ready to get this show on the road. Episode 39.
We're what? We're about a month out from the actual draft.
Yeah, month out.
And counting.
Oh yeah. So you already know, if that's the case, then you know what we got to do, man. We got to at least go over a mock draft today, and that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna actually go off. We're gonna go over a mock draft and see, tell you our thoughts about it, and then see who we actually like up in the draft and everything as well. But with further ado, every single time whenever we come on to the stage and everything, and then we do mock drafts, man, we try to at least bring on some people that we do end up knowing, man. We try to do a little something.
Special guest.
But yeah, might bring in a little special guest here and there. But add from Chasing Bets. I don't know if y'all heard about him, but I'm talking about Chasing Bets with Mr. Chase. Yes, we had to bring him on once again. Welcome in, Chase. How you doing?
Can't hear you. Chase, can you hear us? Because we can't hear you. Nope.
My bad. Let me unmute that part.
There you go.
Yeah, all these mute buttons. Yeah, what's up? What's up, man? Just ready to jump into it. I know it's going to be an exciting night because, a lot of people looking for these mock drafts. They trying to, they are already on it. So, like you said, no further ado, let's get it. Yeah, let's get it.
And tear to pieces.
So, we have to go to the Draft Network. The guys do great work over there. And we're actually going to go to Mr. Jaime Eisner. Jaime Eisner, he just dropped it tonight. Or no, actually last night at 10:36 p.m. 10:36 p.m. And we're actually just going to go through his mock draft and see which ones we actually like. And let's just see where some of these prospects could end up landing. Because right now, we already know the consensus is Caleb is going number 1 overall. Mm-hmm. We all know that. Now, who is going to be that second QB off the board? That is the thing right there. I've heard people talking about JJ might come up all the way up to number 2 because of the Commanders actually liking him. So that's what the word is up on the street right now. But let's go on and get back and let's see what Mr. Jaime Eisner from the Draft Network had to say. So, as we see right here, we'll just do the first 4 picks. So, we already know the consensus is Caleb's going with the number 1 overall pick. But this is where it gets dicey. So, he actually has the Washington Commanders taking Jaden Daniels at the number 2 overall pick. And then he has the New England Patriots coming in and taking Drake May from North Carolina. And then at number 4, the Cardinals done traded back to the 11th pick. And they also got the 23rd pick as well. And the Minnesota Vikings has now taken J.J. McCarthy. With those first 3 picks after Caleb, what are y'all thoughts about the first 3 picks and where all the landing spots were?
Go ahead, Chase. So you the guest. You go first.
Yeah, so first off, I don't like him. I don't think Washington Commanders are going to take JJ.
I
just don't see it. I don't see it. I see Drake May, maybe Kingsbury, he's big time on that, so they brought him there for a reason to try to develop a quarterback. So I think it's Drake May. I just ain't sold on JJ just yet.
Okay. So you think Drake May is going to be the surprise this, which I wouldn't be shocked at that because nobody has really been talking much about Drake May out there up in the streets.
Right. So the thing about it's a flip flop because you got Jaden Daniels, who LSU, everybody like SEC quarterbacks. Then you look at Drake May, North Carolina. They don't make a lot of good quarterbacks out of North Carolina in the last couple of years. So that's what's going on with that. They waiting on that because they're trying to see what he's about. But I'm gonna tell you, in the last 2 years, he's been putting up numbers, and he actually transferred from another school just to be a starter. So
Arizona State.
To me, he looked like another product of Joe Burrows. That may be a long shot, but Joe Burrow did the same thing. He went to Ohio State. They didn't play him. He went to LSU, won a championship.
Man, but
you got to get it.
But Joe, what did Joe do in the league though? He put everybody. I could transfer it. I could be, what I'm saying, not that good. That I could be in my last year have 2 stud wide receivers ball out. It's like you said, Jaden Daniels. That is shit. It's so repeating history, ain't it? And but Burrow came in the league as that dude though, right?
Right.
So are we saying that? So you're saying Jaden Daniels is that type of QB that's going to put a team up on his back and be down by like 10, 15 points up in the fourth quarter and be able to come back?
No, he ain't that guy. I mean, if he goes to New England, he gonna be terrible, man. It's gonna be. I mean, the first 4 picks, whoever goes them ways, it's gonna be a must-slide, man. Like because the AFC is already super stacked. I mean, let's look at defenses. I mean. Yes, he played in the SEC. Yes, he's LSU. Yes, we know all this already, but you got to understand that the AFC is a monster over there now. You got the Patrick Mahomes, the Lamar Jacksons, it's a gauntlet over there, and I think he would do better if he end up in the NFC. He may actually have a better type of season, but I don't know. Those first 4 picks, I don't really believe that those first 4 picks stay the first 4 picks. I believe people trade up and down.
Yeah, I can see that. But also one thing you got to remember too is that even though like the New England Patriots are going to be brand new this year, they got a new head coach. They don't have Bill in there trying to run everything. They got Mr. Gerard Mayo, so he's going to probably come in there with some different type of sauce to actually put his own stamp up on everything.
So Jaden Daniels. We didn't say the Vikings.
JJ McCarthy.
The Vikings. Yeah, you talking about that? They moving up.
Yeah, that's why I said. I said, like, what are your thoughts about the 4 QBs here?
I think whoever goes to Minnesota has the best chance to be good. I
agree.
So I think whoever goes to Minnesota has the best chance to be good. And with them moving up to 4, they like JJ McCarthy. I don't dislike JJ McCarthy. He could be a Tom Brady, right? When they're good in college, or she went to Michigan. They both went to Michigan, yeah. He didn't have to do too much, but the fact that he can, maybe get to the post, he can still do it. But I believe in Kevin O'Connell. So as an offensive guy, as a head coach, and as an offensive minded coach. So I think whoever goes to Minnesota, out of these, 5 quarterbacks, he would probably be the best one, statistically wise.
Okay. And then at number 5, we have the number 1 overall wide receiver based off this mock draft, Mr. Marvin Harrison Jr. going to the Los Angeles Chargers. And then we have Mr. Malik Neighbors going to the New York Giants. We have the tackle from Notre Dame going Joe Alt to Tennessee. And then we have the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals trading up in the draft. So we know the Arizona Cardinals, they was at pick 111. They traded up to pick 1.8. And they ended up giving up a 3rd round pick just to move up 3 spots. So just to get that guy. So they was like, nah, we can't leave without one of these wide receivers. So it was like, I was like, hey, we were supposed to get one already, but we definitely gonna move right back up. So I can actually see this happen and then playing. I can see this playing out like this for like the actual wide receivers up in the area.
I actually love this. I love it for neighbors. Everybody's saying, not neighbors. I love it for who's that?
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Marvin Harrison Jr. going to the Chargers. Everybody keeps saying that the Chargers, they're going to trade back. That they need a lot. They do need a lot. This is a deep wide receiver draft, man. But they let Marvin Harrison Jr. fall in your lap because the Vikings come to get a quarterback. Can you not take him? Got to take him. So I mean, he needs somebody to throw the ball to. We know the rookie from last year. He a bust. I called it before he was even drafted. Yeah, he's a bust. Josh
he was
Palmer,
a project.
He's still a project.
Yeah, he was a project. You got to get that boy about 4 years.
4? Oh my God! No, just go ahead and get Mario Harrison Jr. and replace him. Just take the L, just like Philly did, right? We took the L on Jalen Reagor. Let's take the L. We got Devonta Smith the next year. Let's move on. Let's keep it moving. I also
never wrote that down.
I was mad. I was like, please take JJ. Take Justin Jefferson. Jalen Reagor. I said, what are y'all doing? Oh my God. Neither here nor there. Malik Neighbors, I love it with the Giants. They need a stud wide receiver. Malik Neighbors is a stud. I love it. Tennessee taking a tackle. That's smart. They need to do. And then Arizona coming back and still getting Rome Odunze. I love it. I absolutely love this. Chase,
love it.
I'm gonna tell you I don't love it. I'm gonna tell you what I don't love about it, right? Is let's get Marvin Harris down there. He gonna drop some more. We already know this. He didn't show up at training camp. He didn't show up. I mean, my bad, not training camp. He didn't show up at combine. He didn't do a pro day. We all know with the Jim Harbaugh over there, he ain't playing with these players. So I think Malik Neighbors is gonna make that jump over Marvin Harrison Jr.
That's what you think? Wow.
That's what I think. And just because that, really, if you go to the Giants, who's throwing the ball to him?
Okay, that's fair, right? Daniel Jones probably should be throwing him the ball. He should be the start week 1, I'm assuming. That is fair, but I also feel like, this is Dynasty, right? So we think of long term too. Right. Even though, they got DJ this year, they can sub, okay, we're going to get another quarterback, a top dude. That would be
some
better.
Studs coming out next year now.
A top quarterback next year.
Right.
And Malik Neighbors can still get his franchise quarterback. Maybe this might be in his sophomore year. But go ahead. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Right. But you say, so we're going to leave. We're going to jump Malik Neighbors up there. We're going to take Marvin Harrison Jr. and I'm going to let him fall all the way down to Arizona.
You mad at him, actually.
Because I'm going to tell you something. All right, we're talking about fantasy, right? We're talking about fantasy. We're talking about Dynasty. I'm going to tell you, Brian Thomas is probably a better receiver than Marvin Harrison Jr.
Whoa.
And the reason why I say this is because remember last year, he was supposed to come out, and he was top 5 receiver. He did not come out. So he failed to. Yeah, Brian Thomas, so LSU wide receiver.
Yeah.
He came to the draft and he backed out because he thought, too many receivers. He came in this draft and now he's kind of like the hidden gem. He's kind of like no one really talking about him. But because Rome got he got the hype from the championship games, and we know Marvin Harrison Jr. got all the hype from Ohio State. These are hype players, but Malik Neighbors been quiet. He's been quiet, so
Marvin Harrison, man, he got that hype from his pops. Now that's
right.
That's whatever. Everybody's been saying, hey man, he is the number 1 wide receiver. But I ain't gonna lie right now. It is a dog fight for this number 1 right now.
Right.
And I'll tell you what I read today. Okay, go ahead.
No, you good. Go ahead.
I'll tell you what I read today on Marvin Harrison Jr. He said, you're right, he did do the combine, he did do the pro day. He said he was like 11, either 8 or 11 team, I can't remember. And he said he asked them, is there anything more I need to show y'all? And Albert Burris said he talked to 1G, and 1G was laughing off like, no, bro, you good. So I still think he's consistent number 1 around the NFL, even with him not doing any type of drills. Me personally, I would have wanted him to do some drills. Like, bro, do something. I need to know you. I need to know you could be hurt for all I know.
Right. Well, maybe he's doing that on purpose, though. Like, maybe he's doing that on purpose just so he could drop to a team that he doesn't want to go to. Like, does he really want to go to the Chargers? Maybe not. That would be a good landing spot.
I
But
think so. I mean,
but maybe he
the
definitely don't want to
Cardinals.
go to daggone New York.
I mean, the Cardinals, or maybe don't go to the Cardinals, maybe because they have the worst facility, right?
Yep, that's another thing right there.
Worst facility. I can't get it in. I got better equipment in Ohio State.
Yep.
Maybe this is his plan. This is his plan, so he can drop a little bit. Okay, I won't debate him, but yeah,
it's most definitely a plan somewhere. Like his agent is most definitely working with him. Tell you do these things and you'll get where you want to be. So,
but hey, what are you gonna do? He gonna look stupid if Arizona still take him at 4. Then what?
Right.
Yeah. But let's go pick number 9, 10, 11, and 12. So at number 9, the Chicago Bears actually end up getting their defensive end, Jared Verse, out of Florida State. Great pickup right there. The Jets also end up getting a tackle. I'm going to mess up his name, Fanduel, out of Oregon State. Then you have another DN from Alabama coming in, Dallas Turner, for the Falcons after that trade back. And then at pick 12, we have Mr. Brock Bowers going to the Denver Broncos. And I'm going to continue going because we ain't got no other specialty players. So we got Brock Bowers at 12. So we're going to remember that. At number 13, the Raiders turned the other cheek and they decided to go with cornerback instead of getting their QB, which is quite interesting. Then the New Orleans Saints end up trying to fix that offensive line at pick 14. Then the Indianapolis Colts ended up going Quinnen Mitchell, cornerback from Toledo. Seattle ended up getting Chop Robinson, edge rusher out of Penn State. Jacksonville ended up jumping back in, getting a DN. And then the next specialist player is your boy, who you just said, Chase. The Cincinnati Bengals taking another guy from LSU to pair up with Jamar Chase. Mr. Brian Thomas Jr. So we'll just talk about those two right now since we have them. We got Brock Bowers going to the Denver Broncos, and then we have the Cincinnati Bengals getting their next stud wide receiver and getting ready to pass T. Higgins on to somebody else, probably during this draft, most likely. What are your thoughts about that?
Go ahead, Chase, you the guest. I think I went second last time.
Yeah, so I like it. I mean, LSU, Brian. I mean, like I said, Brian Thomas Jr. He's supposed to be top 5 pick last year. He decided to go back out. He's Dynasty. I'm telling y'all, if you got them picks, hold your first round picks because Brian Thomas is going to be there 10, 11, 12. He's going to be there because a lot of people ain't reading up on him. A lot of people going to run to these running backs. We don't know who got drafted yet, but save your picks on that. But I think it's a great place for him to land. No other place but Cincinnati. They need a receiver. They need 2 of them. Well, depending on what T. Higgins decides to do with his future. But as of right now, I believe he can step in and change the game for Cincinnati.
Yeah,
what about Brock Bowers?
Brock Bowers, I mean, what can I say? Is Brock Bowers. He seems pretty good. Seems legit as of right now. They already compared to Travis Kelce, Rob Gronkowski, all the great tight ends. They do that every year. I just hope it turns out to be good. There's also a couple more tight ends in that class that's probably just as good as he is. But big time college, he gonna show out. I think Brock is gonna be one of the top tight ends.
Yeah, I totally agree. What are your thoughts, Chris?
I love it. I love it with him going to Denver. You saw how Sean Payton used Jimmy Graham. He's not as big as Jimmy Graham, but as far as getting the ball to the tight end, and I think he will use Brock Bowers accordingly, right? Just like how Georgia move him all over the field. I think Sean Payton will do the same thing for him. I have one knock. One knock. It's the first time I've said this. One knock on Brock Bowers, and it's his health.
Okay.
His health scares me a little bit because he's hurt now. That's why he didn't do nothing at Pro Day, and that's why he didn't do nothing at the Combine. He hurt now, and he he was hurt last year. And he's only working out for individual teams because he's trying to wait and stall for him to get healthy. And that is my knock with Brock Bowers. It's his health. What good are you? You the best tight end. prospect ever, but you can't get on the field because you hurt. What it is, the best ability,
availability. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and you talk about the injuries, think about it. He is across the middle tight end. He don't play on the slot. Play slot, but he goes in the middle of the field every time. If he go in the NFL, they're gonna start hitting him. He already got some hits for playing with LSU. So you're right. He better get his health together.
Yep.
I could be wrong. Travis Kelce, he had an injury early in his career, and he had ever since then he's been having injury free for the most part. But that scares me. So it's something to be worried about for all you GMs out there. Brian Thomas Jr. with the Cincinnati Bengals. I love that. I'm gonna have to disagree with Chasin Betts. I think he is probably the fourth best wide receiver in this draft. His ceiling is super high, right? I heard he's only started playing football since 11th grade, right? He was a basketball player. So he's still new, so he still has a lot more to learn, a lot more to grow. I do think so. I'm just saying that he's not a sleeper. I think their eyes are on him. But I do love it. Cincinnati getting him and moving on from T. Higgins. I do love that.
Yeah, I really think also as well, like Brock Bowers, he's like what we've already said before. I'm glad you actually brought up that actual history, but there are some other better tight ends, I think, personally, that are in this draft.
Really? Let's hear them.
We're going to save that for once they show up. We're going to save it for once they show up.
When they show up?
Man,
once they show up when? Once they show up when?
Up in this mock draft.
Okay.
So then we also got, just like what y'all said, Brock Bowers. The one thing I will say is that if he does get selected by the Denver Broncos, he probably will have one of the top facilities out there, because we do know that we do know who actually owns the actual team. It is Walmart. Yeah. And with Walmart owning the team, they are going to funnel and make sure. And then he's also going to probably get the best health. Like, I'm not saying that Georgia didn't give him the best therapy treatments that he should get, but when you're up in the NFL, you be getting treatments that you ain't never heard of before.
Mm-hmm.
But then let's go to these Cincinnati Bengals, man. I love this landing spot for daggone Brian Thomas Jr. I'm talking about, I love it. It's to the point where in Dynasty, he will probably be the pick 1.6, like no hands down, like 1.06. Up in one QB leagues, he will be 1.06.
Yes. I actually think in our league, I think that's who, and Nigel hadn't told me this, I think that's who he's aiming at 105. Honestly.
Well, that's all he can do.
Right,
because I think the first
year he was going to be gone.
We're going to be gone. So, like, what you going to, like, it's not like you daggone hiding anything. Like, we already know. Okay, who else you going to take next? We're going to wait until, like, the next landing spot, and let's see if he ends up taking that person. No, it ain't going to be.
That's what he should do. You're right.
Yeah, that's what you take the best available.
That's what he should do.
Yeah, especially, like, to be honest with you, that could be what's name could fall right there.
Who?
Like,
who?
Well, shoot, if they don't like Marvin Harrison, yeah, Bowers could fall to number 5 then. Like, maybe I want these two studmen. One got a good landing spot with Joe Burrow, and then if you got Romo Duze or wherever he went up in the early in the draft, man, hey. But it's going to get to going up in this draft.
Hey, before you go forward, let me jump in and say, don't forget about Chop Robinson. The man rated a 4.48 for our IDPers out there.
Oh,
Chop Robertson, 4.48 on the 40-yard dash.
He a D edge?
Yeah, he a D
edge rusher out of Penn State.
Yeah, you know what they say about Penn State edge rushers?
Oh yeah.
Wasn't Micah from there too? Micah Parsons?
Micah Parsons, yeah, he was from Penn State.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the NFL gonna fall in love with that guy. They're gonna fall in love with him.
So then the Rams are trying to dig back in and try to pray and hope that they end up selecting their next Aaron Donald with him retiring this year. They went Johnny Newton out of Illinois. Then the Pittsburgh Steelers is still trying to do. So everybody out there right now, I hope y'all are seeing what the Pittsburgh Steelers are doing during the offseason. They're going to keep it simple, and they're going to run the dang ball.
Yeah.
They're going nothing but offensive line. So if you got them Steelers running backs, I know some of y'all might not like them, but If you can get some of them, hey, just try to get and do what you got to do. Hey, it's a bounce back year for Najee. Like either he's gonna put up or he gonna get cut.
Up if he trying to get paid.
Like this is his 4th year. What you gonna do? You gonna sign him to that 5th year or not?
Yeah, they got one of the best offensive coordinators in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Arthur Smith, can't beat that.
Yep.
you being facetious, right? He stuck last year. Oh my god! I know what I will say. He can't. He knows how to run the ball. He can run the ball.
I was about to say he knows how to run the ball. That's all they trying to do up in Pittsburgh is like run the ball.
Russell won't throw the ball like 18, 20, 22 times a game.
That's fine. Then we got Miami.
Power runs up the middle.
Hey, that's all you need. Then we got the Miami Dolphins taking Brian Murphy, the D lineman from Texas. Then Philly taking your boy Kool-Aid. They need some of that Kool-Aid juice up in Philly, in those waters. Then the Arizona Cardinals ended up coming back with Latu, edge rusher out of UCLA. The Cowboys finally ended up taking their tackle from just a short from Tyron Smith actually leaving. Then the Green Bay Packers ended up getting another offensive tackle just to help out for
Bakhtiari just left.
Yeah, Bakhtiari just leaving, so that was a good move for them as well. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers ended up getting Graham Barton. I love that pick out of Duke. It's going to help shore that offensive line for Rachaad White just to be able to run through those holes. Shoot, man, we ain't got nobody else up in. Then Arizona ended up coming back with Nate Wiggins. It was just actually not bad because Nate Wiggins ended up pulling up from the Arizona Cardinals. Then you got Buffalo getting Chris Jenkins Jr. If everybody don't know, his dad was Chris Jenkins from the Carolina Panthers. So they ended up getting Chris Jenkins from Michigan, which is real good. So they probably – and you kind of see the reason why Buffalo actually went that way because since some of the players are actually coming – from the Carolina Panthers, so they already know how his dad is and everything up in the system. Then you got Detroit with a cornerback, and then the Ravens getting an offensive tackle, San Francisco, and then the Super Bowl champs. We finally got another wide receiver taken, Mr. Keon Coleman out of Florida State. Then the Carolina Panthers end up taking Ladd McConkey from Georgia.
Bad. That's bad. That's
bad.
Bad.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this tape.
And then the New England Patriots ended up taking Xavier Legette from the South Carolina Gamecocks. The New England Patriots took Xavier Legette. So we're going to talk about these 3 wide receivers that was just taken. And let's go and hear your thoughts, Chasin Betts.
Well, first off, let's go ahead and just put out there like the guy can run a route perfect. We know he's a great route runner. We know he can do these things, but his frame, his size. I mean, I don't know. Can he be another? Yep. Can Ladd McConkey? Can he be another Wes Walker? Can he be another Danny Amendola? We don't know. Going to Carolina, we'll never know. Unfortunately, them Carolina Panthers, I don't think. I don't know. Let me take that back. They do have Tampa Bay's OC that did a great job. And they got him ranked like the crazy part about him, they got him ranked with Alvin Kamara. They said he is built the same way as Alvin Kamara. So
what was that?
Ladd McConkey?
Yeah, that's the weird part about it. You got a receiver that compares to a running back. So maybe he turned into another gadget player. Who knows? I think Carolina have a better option at that point, but if I was Carolina, I would probably go after Xavier out of South Carolina.
So I will say this, like, if this is what's on the board, I personally do not see the Carolina Panthers going Ladd. They probably will go Xavier because I think they've really been talking with him heavily about coming to Carolina and letting them know, like, hey, you ain't going to be far from home either. So that's one thing. Right. And then they also need that actual tall, lengthy, deep threat with actually speed. Since they just recently signed Dante Johnson.
Yeah, see, with him, you won't have a deep threat. You have a quick receiver that get slot. And I don't know I just don't know is Bryce ready for that life yet, because he gonna understand that he got throw him in the slot because if you watch him in Columbine, he run great routes. He's a great route runner. He run the route tree with no problem. He up and down fast, beat people on
great footwork.
But you gotta realize that in the NFL, they hardly play man to man. Everything's either cover 2, cover 3 zone. So he gonna have to find a way to get in there. But you're right though. If Xavier's still there, I don't see why Carolina wouldn't because they need a big time receiver. They need a 6'4", 6'5" guy because I already got Adam Thielen, and
but
then
he's
they
old,
just signed
though,
Mike
so.
Williams. Then they signed Michael Williams.
Now they just picked up Deontay Johnson.
Deontay Johnson.
Deontay Johnson. That's what it was.
Yeah. Mike Williams ended up going to the Jets, though.
Yeah, the Jets. That's what it was. I knew he went to 2 places. So, but that's
all right.
That's me.
What are your thoughts, Mr. K Camp? We didn't even talk about the Kansas City Chiefs getting Keon Coleman, but
I'll talk about Keon. He was throwing a 40, but on those that GPS tracking, murdered that GPS tracking, right? At the combine. That and those crossing routes, KC that other run those crossing routes. So I think that's a great pickup for them. For somebody letting Keon Coleman fall to them, Kansas City. I think that's a great pickup. I like it. I like Keon Coleman there, and I like Adonai Mitchell there as well. I'm sure he's going probably a little bit later, obviously. But yeah, I love it. I'm not too worried about his long speed. Pat don't really necessarily have to have that. Hey, Rashi, he's not really strong. He's not really fast like that, is he? He's more of a
he's more like the intermediate route. But the one thing I will say about Keon Coleman is if Kansas City ends up taking him, you don't have to worry about Scott Moore ever seeing the field again.
Oh, yeah,
like if he sees the field, it's going to be because this rookie is not living up to his actual potential. Because Mr. Keon Coleman will be taking over the punts, will be taking over the kickoffs, and has the potential to be the third receiver in that offense. Because we got Hollywood out there, so you got Hollywood, you got Raji Rice, and then you also
that's what taking the top off. You're right, it's Hollywood.
Yeah.
I forget.
Then you got Mr. Travis Kelce still there, probably for another year or two before he.
You got him and Rashid Rice working that middle, so yeah.
I mean,
like Lad is. I don't know. I know he has fabulous footwork. Like you said, he can run a route tree. He ran a 4.4. Is he that dude? We don't know. He didn't really have to do it. He really didn't do it in Georgia. So I think that's the apprehension on him. They love his footwork. They love his route tree. We saw he's fast. They just didn't see the numbers at Georgia. I don't know about Lad McConkey. As far as Xavier Legette, my only knock on him is that he's a 5th-year senior. He didn't really break out until his last year. But he showed up and showed out his last year. He could be a late bloomer. And they need to get some wide receiver to help with them taking Jaden Daniels.
Drake,
it's a Drake. So they need some help for their rookie quarterback.
But the thing also too as well, like I don't know, a lot of people might not realize, but then the first game last year was the North Carolina versus South Carolina game, and Drake May was able to see what Xavier Legette could actually do against his own team personally. So they ain't played together, but
did he put on a show? Did he put on a show? Did he put on a show?
Yeah, like they put on the show. They put on the show there at that game. Okay. But then at pick 35, we're going to try to rattle these off a little quicker for everybody out there just to rattle them out because we are in the second round. We got the Arizona Cardinals going with the offensive lineman center. Let's see if we're going to scroll down and see if we see anything else. Then the next offensive guy who we should probably end up thinking about is the Las Vegas Raiders are taking Michael Penix Jr. In some drafts, I've seen this pick done both ways, which is kind of weird. I've seen the Raiders actually take him at pick 13, but then on top of that, I've seen him actually go not to pick 44, but I've seen where the Raiders traded up to the 33rd overall pick, which it holds is the Carolina Panthers pick, because he's still up on the board, and they actually want to get their quarterback. What are your thoughts about Michael Penix Jr. and going to the Raiders right here?
How good is that O-line? That's all I got to ask. I think Michael Penix would thrive. I don't know who's that OC again. I don't even know.
Mm.
I have no idea who the Raiders OC is. If he's got a good offensive line, he will sit back there and throw darts.
Oh, you already know who they. It's your boy from the Bears, Luke Getsy.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I don't love it. I mean, I'm trying to remember. Michael Penix, he can put the ball through a fucking pinhole, but he needs protection because he can't. He's immobile. So if you get him out there to throw back there, he'll eat you alive. That's all I'm gonna say on Michael Penix Jr.
Okay.
Chase.
Michael Penix Jr. He a project. For you Dynasty guys, I guess he would be a good 3rd round pick if you want to hold a quarterback for a couple of years. I'm gonna tell you like everybody else does it. The best place that builds quarterbacks is Green Bay. So you got to look at who is Green. If Green Bay drafted anybody, you better go get them because they're gonna be sitting there behind Jordan Love for the next 5 years. But again, he has he don't have a injury history. He's got some good medical evals. He's got a good arm. He can run. He can't really run, but he got his upside is kind of capped. Depending where he goes, he's going to the Raiders. Luke Getsy throws his vertical offense. He got a big arm, so he might be able to get down the field. If you throw into Devontae, but he did make it to the championship, so he is pretty good. But as far as the Raiders, I don't see why the Raiders would take him at that point, but you never know.
Well, they gotta take somebody.
Yeah, but
they can go with a Cole, can it? I mean, this that'd be a competition.
So would you pick Spencer Rattler or would you pick Michael Penix? Because Spencer's still gonna be there.
How late am I getting Spencer? I ain't taking Spencer in the 2nd round.
No.
He might go in the 2nd round.
He might go. I mean, look. Would you take Bo Nix before Michael Penix? Because Bo Nix is just a little bit better.
No, I'm taking Penix over Bo Nix, even though
I'm hands down Penix all day before Bo.
I'm not high on Bo at all. Bo, no.
No to Bo.
We're gonna say no to Bo.
We're gonna say no to Bo.
I mean, I don't really know. I think Aiden O'Connor is the starting quarterback this year. I don't think that they changed anybody. I don't think they changed anything because actually they ended pretty good. They got Zamir White. They got to make Devontae happy because he's mad at the world right now. They did get they got a nice little core. Hopefully, Antonio Pierce can live up to the name he did at the end of the season. So,
we'll see. But coming up, man, we got a slew of nothing but offensive players coming up. We got your boy Xavier Worthy going to the New Orleans Saints. We got Adon Mitchell going to the Indianapolis Colts. We got Bo Nix going to the New York Jets, which is quite interesting. I mean, the New York Giants, which is quite interesting right there. Then we also got Mr. Troy Franklin going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I'm not going to skip over this guy, because I was just going to go straight to Ricky Pearsall, wide receiver. But if this actually happens for the actual Philadelphia Eagles, they are going to continue to load up on that defense because this guy might be something similar to that Aaron Donald type. Braden Fritz out of Florida State, he put on a show at the Combine.
He's talking
really high on him. But let's go back and talk about these players up in their positions, which Xavier Worthy going to the New Orleans Saints, like thoughts?
Chase, go ahead. I went the first one.
Yeah, I think it's a good pick. Xavier Worthy. I think it's a good place to go. Saints, they got no money. They broke. So they got to start drafting everybody. They ain't gonna have no.
We have no money.
Money probably till 2030 because that's when the cap be up some more. So I think it's a good
keep
pick.
Pushing it back.
Yeah, I think
pushing it back.
They stuck on big contracts. I really, to be honest with you, right? I really be honest with you. I think the Saints gonna probably trade out their pick anyway to get 2 more picks because they gonna need some picks. Their team is depleted. Losing let Michael Thomas go. You ain't got nothing but Chris Olave, and then you got Tyson Hill, so
paying Taysom Hill. How much they paying him?
We're at 28, 25 million. And then
crazy.
The crazy thing about it, Sean Payton tried to trade for him, and you say no. I've been like, yes, take him. You can have him.
Come take this man, please. Offer me.
Somebody wanted a first round pick for him. That's crazy. But the Bo Nix going to the Giants, I like that. He can possibly beat out DJ out that position. He's going to the NFC. Doing pretty good.
They also got Drew Lock too as well there. So I think that would be like a three-way battle. Drew Lock.
He said who?
Who is that? Drew Lock.
Hey.
Oh man.
Hey, he played some up in Seattle.
We need to
last
add the
year,
trash can, the toilet.
Put that in. What about Donnie Mitchell to the Colts? He skipped over that one.
Mitchell to the Colts. I like it. You know what? I kind of like all these picks. I'm a big fan of Mitchell. I'm a big fan of any prospect that comes out of Texas in the next 2 years, because Texas is building a program of players of Texas is not really your fancy team per se, but Texas coming to the SEC. I mean, not Texas. Oh yeah, Texas. Yeah, Texas, Oklahoma,
and then Oklahoma
comes to the SEC. Be there this year. Yeah, we about to see a whole bunch of talent running around there. I love it. I've been so tired of Alabama this, Alabama that. Now Texas
that's already
this,
left one.
Texas that. So look
at
Oregon.
About that whole
Oregon got some picks going on here, don't they? Look at this. They got Bo Nix in Jacksonville. Okay, Oregon.
Yeah.
And
so we're talking about number 45 through 50, right? Okay.
51.
Okay, you see Ricky Pearsall too?
Yep.
Xavier Worthy. I don't like Dennis Allen. They need wide receiver help. They did somebody to take the top of the defense for what's his name to get over.
Derek
what's
Carr.
His name? Not Derek Carr. But I mean the other wide receiver from Ohio State. What's his name? They got who they still wide receiver they got? The Saints.
Chris Olave?
Olave. Yeah, that should open up for Chris Olave. So, but I don't like Dennis Allen. Like Chase just said, he didn't want to trade Taysom Hill to the Denver Broncos. So you're an idiot. Next, Indianapolis Colts, Donnie Mitchell. He showed out at the combine. His RAS score was like over 9.8, some crazy RAS score.
Yeah.
I also saw this goes back to for next year. The quarterback, what's his name? Who's the quarterback for Texas? What's his name?
You talking about Manning?
No.
Or are you talking about the actual guy, right?
What's his
starter?
Name? Yeah.
I forgot.
I can't think of his name. But anyway, the quarterback for Texas right now, from what I heard, that he underthrew a lot of balls to Xavier Worthy and Donnie Mitchell.
Are you talking about Quinn
Ewers? Quinn Ewers. They could have had better stats. And Quinn did not come out this year, as you see. He's trying to up his stock. But from what I'm hearing in the Dynasty landscape, do not get Quinn Ewers next year. Somebody gonna reach, but he's not that good. Just what I'm hearing. But I love Donnie Mitchell's RAS score. It's really all. I hadn't done too much research on him. I love his RAS score. He's hill athletic. Bo Nix. I mean, he had to go eventually, right? Now I probably would take Spencer Rattler, Chase over Bo Nix and put him with Dayball. Let him sit for a year behind Daniel Jones. Let him grow in game. Because, I mean, if you think about Spencer Rattler, he was the number one quarterback coming out. When he came out of high school, he had that video, that film that came out where he was cocky and all that, but he humbled himself. He went to South Carolina, So I'm just not high on Bo Nix. I just don't see it. But I do love Dayball and Troy Franklin. Troy Franklin's stock has dropped from what I heard. I thought that he was like the fifth wide receiver in this early on, but the combine did him no favors. I can't remember what he ran, but it wasn't fast enough. It wasn't what everybody expected him to run. Yeah, I don't know about Troy Franklin. I'm a little iffy. I mean, he put up numbers last year in the Oregon offense, but I'm iffy on Troy Franklin. And the last Ricky Pearsall, I haven't done too much work on him. The Steelers, they knew they didn't take a wide receiver. The Steelers is like wide receiver U for the NFL. So if they draft a wide receiver, you should probably be high on him because they don't just draft anybody. They know what they're doing. Now, they might be head cases, but they talented though.
Yeah. So then let's go in and go with the Philadelphia Eagles at pick 53 ended up going Rome Wilson out of Michigan. Then the next position,
Roman Wilson.
Roman Wilson.
Okay, go ahead.
Players mess
No.
up.
I
did this last time up on the last episode.
You said Roman, but I was there, but then I also heard you said the Eagles. I said,
yeah, so he's actually going to the Eagles. Then the first running back off the board in Jonathan Brooks out of Texas going to Dallas Cowboys.
Not ACL torn Jonathan Brooks.
Yep.
Really? Now, why would they do that? He ain't playing this year.
And that is all. So the one thing that I will say, which I don't know if you know, but the Dallas Cowboys doctor is the one that actually did Jonathan Brooks' surgery. So they do know a lot of intel on him already on how he's progressing. So I can see Dallas end up doing that. But then also you got to remember too, he is just coming off the ACL, and with him coming off the ACL, it's probably going to take him a little bit longer. But that is the mock draft. Like he only did 2 rounds, so we can talk about like what you think about some of the landing spots.
I mean, overall, I like this draft a lot better than the other guy that we were going to do today. I hated that one. But I like Roman Wilson. I don't know much. I hadn't done too much about him. I know he crushed at the Senior Bowl. He left after day 2 because he was putting in work. So, and I love that for my Philadelphia Eagles. Yes, sir. And then Jonathan Brooks, he got an ACL injury. Prior to ACL, he was that dude. Now, we don't know how fast he is, but he was that dude at Texas. So the Cowboys got him. He's the first one off the board. There's some draft capital there. They got him in the second round. So that means he should probably be the 1 or 2 running back off the board in your fantasy draft in the first round. I'm not mad at that. And especially if you telling me about his doctor worked for the Cowboys too. He has some inside information. Telling JJ he'll be ready. He'll be ready by week 4, week 8, whatever. He'll be ready. No limitation. So all in all, I love it.
Okay. What about your thoughts, Mr. Chasin Betts?
Cha-ching, I'm gonna tell you right now, money. Both of them is a fucking steal, as Kris would say. It's a fucking steal. Jonathan Brooks, I'm come on. He's already rated RB1 in all your Dynasty formats. He will be drafted. I would not be surprised if he a 112, 111. If you got room 2.01, you got room to hide a running back for a little while. Jonathan Brooks is that guy. He even outranks Trey Benson.
Ooh, that's spicy.
Yeah, so
that's spicy.
You know, the running back class ain't that hot. Now let's talk about Roman Wilson. Now I'm gonna tell you something. That's another fucking steal. I'm sorry to cuss for all y'all, because I'm gonna tell y'all about Roman Wilson. Now, Roman Wilson, not only did he showed out, not only showed at the Senior Bowl, but he's immediately gonna have a firm role in the NFL somewhere. Now, with the Eagles, guess what? They need help at receiver. They say they don't, but they do, because Smith and AJ can't get along. I don't know why. What's up with that? You know, I guess they ain't best buds with Jalen Hurts, but they're gonna need that third slot. He gonna be good. Roman Wilson up there, man. He's up there he's good. I think they both steals. If you drafted Roman Wilson in your favorite draft, you got Rome. He 3rd round pick. Put him back, stash him. Christian, he got Rashee Rice, and no one even knew who he was, and then he just started popping. So everybody's looking for that Puka. Everybody's looking for that Rice. And I'm telling you right now, Roman Wilson and Jonathan Brooks, they are the ones that's gonna be 0-0. But after the season, they're gonna be ADP 1.5, 1.6. You gotta understand some of this. And with Christian coming out saying that the Cowboys do know about his injuries, then guess what? They already know what's going on. So they're gonna swoop in real quick, save that money. They already shipped out Tony Pollard. See you later, Tony. They ain't need you anyway. We're gonna let Rico gonna run around for a couple of minutes, but I think CeeDee Lamb gonna be more of a Debo Samuel type of position next year. He's gonna do a lot of running and sweeps. So,
well, don't say that. I don't need him to do that.
Yeah, I don't need him to do that. Towards the end of the season, you started seeing it more and more, them little dump passes, and You know, that's one thing I hate the most.
Yeah. Go on, do that.
I hate this screen, this stupid screen pass. Please, all NFL 32 teams, OCs, the screen pass, that shit do not work. Stop doing it. It's only one team that can do it right, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Because you got AJ on one side and you got Devontae on the other. But that do not work. Please stop doing it. But as far as that, man, that's great. I mean, there's some great picks. Great picks right there.
So I do like Rome Wilson going because he was one of the guys I'm really still high on up in the draft as well. But the one guy who I think that nobody has been talking about is daggone Ricky Pearsall. When that's a shocker because I think he's going to be one of the sleeper wide receivers that a lot of people are going to be like, like where'd he come from? And you also got to realize like when he played for Florida, they didn't have the best of QBs. So, and I'm not talking about Anthony Richardson from last year because he already went to the draft. I'm talking about the QB this year that was at the Gators, which is the reason why the Florida Gators are probably going to end up pushing out a rookie. I mean, not a rookie, but a freshman coming out. I think his name is DJ. I forgot his last name. But they have a freshman that is pretty much touted like the number one QB up in the nation going to Florida.
Florida does? Oh, okay.
Or he's like top 3 up in the nation. Like, so he will be, they might be pushing him out there to start the season. But yeah, that's that was the draft, man. I think that was a good one. Like, I really got to thank Jaime Eisner from the Draft Network and actually doing that mock draft. It's
Good
actually
job,
had a twist to it.
I
You did your thing, like continue doing your thing at the Draft Network. Like reading about the post that you end up doing. But what'd you say over there, Mr. K Camp? You said that was some BS?
No, Jamie, you did a great job. I'm sorry, I'm watching the Iowa game. They're in a dogfight right now, the girls. Iowa's up 55-52 against West Virginia. Got a minute 18 left on the clock. If you don't know who Iowa is, you need to because Kaden Clark played for them. But they're in the dogfight. Sorry, but Jamie, you did your thing. I like the trades. I like how Arizona still got one of the top wide receivers because Kyler needs some help. So as a Kyler owner, I love it.
Okay. And since we already know what we're going to do over here, but let's go on and let Mr. Chase, the platform is yours. Tell people what Chasin bets are actually going to do for this upcoming season.
Oh, man, put me on the spot.
Of course.
All right, so, Chasin bets, what we do is over here at this, we do something that a lot of people don't really do. They make you pay for it. We're going to do it for free. We're going to build Fanduel lineups every week. We're going to look at your top Major League Baseball this Wednesday night. When I finally get it working, we're going to have a Wednesday night kickoff. We're going to build a Fanduel lineup, show people the way to build Fanduel lineups. Other than that, props, do a lot of player props, NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, whatever we need. I don't do hockey. I tried. I looked. Can't do it. Sorry, guys. Sorry for them hockey fans out there. Somebody asked me about it. Like, that's the wrong person. But then when we have breaks, we're going to have special segments. We're going to have a Dynasty Day. We're going to have, breakdown college women's basketball top mock drafts. We're going to try to do all around. We're going to try to do sports 24/7 over here. And try to keep you in the house. So, but I appreciate letting me come on to the show and give my takes on this. It's been a great time and you inspired me to do better things every day. So I appreciate you.
All right, well, thank you. We are so happy that you was able to accept that actual invite. Go give this man a round of applause, everybody.
Hey.
Yeah,
but appreciate you joining. We appreciate it.
Mommy, we made it.
Yeah, he made it, y'all. He made it to that deluxe apartment up in the sky high.
Hey. Right. Hey, like Diddy, right? I didn't run from everybody like Diddy did.
But I already know how we do it.
I get out where they said Diddy on the run. I said, what? What is going on, Diddy?
But you know how we do it here. We like to thank everybody for coming out. I'm not going to do the last regards because we know we're going to give that to the co-host, but don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, everybody.
Please.
But let's go on and pass this to the co-host, Mr. K Camp. Go on, do your thing, dog. Take us out.
We thank y'all for coming out. We know you could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us, and we really appreciate that. Spread love, not hate.
Spread love, not hate, everybody.
Thanks for checking out another episode of Cerberus Gridiron Podcast, powered by Cerberus Fantasy Sports. Make sure you stay tuned for the next episode.